check. 1, 2, check, check. Levels look pretty good. La 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 la. Yeah. Now we're ready.
Hey guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Josh. We're the Brothers Green, and you're watching Verge magazine online.
To start, can you just tell us a little bit about how you started off cooking and where it went from there?
Oh yeah, well, our mother wasn't the best of cooks.
Yeah.
She kind of was more of like, take the thing out of the freezer, dump it in the pan, and see what happens.
Yeah.
So eventually, we got to the point where it was like, I've had enough of this stuff. Let's start making some things. So we started very, very small, just with like one dish in the kitchen. But once we started making our own food and realizing, we can make this taste a little better, we kind of wanted that every single meal of the day. So it all expanded from our mom not being a great cook, and then
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. And now she can cook.
Yeah, and we got
She's learned from us.
exactly. We've inspired her to cook, and then we just started watching a lot of food TV. We kind of grew up in the time of when food TV was huge.
Yeah.
It was getting super popular, so we learned a lot from that, and just kind of took off from there. Cooked for friends, and yeah.
So have you ever had any absolute disasters in the kitchen, or what's the strangest thing you've put together?
Oh yeah, all the time.
This guy.
Yeah, that's
His
commonplace.
life in the kitchen is a disaster.
I mean, I've made lots of weird things. Like I'll mix anything together. I even made like a pesto ice cream one time. But in terms of disasters, we had this one time where we were filming a skit for the show Dexter.
Yeah.
So the opening scene where it's like him getting ready. So we did a skit where Mike was playing him, and then I basically hit him with a needle and knocked him out, and then he wakes up on the table just strapped down. And the final scene was the Dexter the kill scene, and I had this immersion blender.
Josh got a little too into character.
Yeah, I accidentally turned it on and just cut a hole in his chest, and then he
He said accidentally, but we're still trying to solve that case.
Are you joking?
No.
So there was blood?
He bypassed the safety. I was strapped to the table, and he basically zipped my chest.
So guys, what about your signature dish, or what's the best recipe you've come up with so far?
We've got one thing that people love. It's this microwave cake, and basically you take half a pint of ice cream. So you've already eaten some of it, and you melt the ice cream in a microwave.
Okay.
So you already got your
in
wet
the
ingredients.
container.
That contains your eggs and your milk, and then you add cake mix, and you mix
Yeah.
it up till you get a cake batter. You put that back in the microwave, and then you just pop. You've got an amazing chocolate or vanilla cake.
So let's talk a little bit about the show on MTV. What can viewers expect?
Everything. I mean, you're gonna get a mix of us going out in Brooklyn, exploring really cool spots, as well as traveling around the world and cooking with artists, and then kind of coming back and putting our spin on things. You're gonna get a lot of that, so you get to see cool things in Brooklyn, but then you're seeing us play sort of college kids, this underage eating segment, cooking in microwaves and hot plates. We do a late night segment called Midnight Munchies, where it's late night and we're cooking late night food, and then we also have we do funny skits, and we have all these cool cooking hacks.
It's the wacky world of Brothers Green,
Yeah.
we call it.
Wicked.
And we had so much time on the internet to really test out a lot of different things and just have fun. So when MTV asked us to do a show, it was kind of okay, why don't we take everything we've done, maybe add some things, and just try to put it into a TV show.
Yeah,
so
there's
that's what we've
something for
tried to.
everybody.
That's what we've tried to do.
So what would your best advice be for young people or students who want to get a little experimental in the kitchen?
Well, I
Take
mean,
that microwave
yeah, take
meal
that microwave.
and add some. I actually did the same thing.
Yeah.
Even for us, I was buying microwave meals at, because I was busy and I wanted to do something. But sometimes I would take the microwave meal and maybe take it out of the thing and fry it up
Add
a little
to it,
bit,
yeah.
add some things. So start small, just by cooking. Not, we always say microwaving something, heating something up. That's heating something up. That doesn't mean you're actually cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you can just start doing something to it, then you can
add stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean we even do a lot of cool microwave stuff. So if a microwave is all you have and you're in a college dorm, great. We have a lasagna. It's a Mexican-inspired lasagna you can make in the microwave. We have
and it happens in 5 minutes.
Dorito scrambles you can make on a little forming grill. So start simple and try something. Try one of our recipes that are really easy, and then work your way up.
And what about being cost effective and sort of using one meal and taking the leftovers and stuff like
Well,
that?
we're big leftover people. We have a whole segment that's going to be more of an online segment where a friend brings over his leftovers, hey, I've got leftover Chinese food, or I've got leftover hamburger, and we try to remix it and make something and impress them with it. So that's, I think for us, a lot of like the initial cooking was taking something, like if you get a sandwich, right, there's a cold sandwich, you can take that bread, you can toast it, you can make a little sauce, you can take off, you know, the vegetables, chop them up and make a little salsa, and start like
that was
experimenting
one
that
of
way.
like the big reasons too we got into cooking, or one of the starts was just kind of taking leftovers and having fun with it. And we actually posted a video on YouTube. It was how to get creative with your leftovers, and one of the top comments was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much! Now I don't have to throw out my leftovers."
Yeah.
And for us, that was always like a natural thing. Like you know, we can always make our leftovers taste good, taste better. Who knows? And
Leftovers don't have to be leftovers.
it was amazing to hear that so many people throw out their leftovers, where
Yeah.
you can just do so many things.
You guys have obviously got your show coming up next week. What else do you have planned for 2015? What's next for Brothers Green?
You know, we're always exploring. It's funny, when we finished season 1, we probably came up with like over 100 recipes for the first season. Because it's not just like, today we're making chicken. It's like every episode has like 6 recipes or something. So we had so much, and you hit this point where you're like, that's it, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah.
And we took like a little bit of a break, and we kind of did our own thing for a little while. And now traveling has been like so inspiring, because like every culture you go to, there's something like being in Italy, there's so many different types of foods, and you get so many ideas. So I think doing a lot of just exploring and reconnecting with food, starting to meet more musicians, and just kind of keep coming up with new ideas to get people excited about the kitchen. You know, when I'm cooking food, I'm always thinking of things like, maybe to me something's obvious, but maybe someone hasn't thought of that. So what are those little obvious things that I do that might really help someone like cook every day?
Yeah.
Just keep working on that, growing.
That's brilliant, guys. I can't wait to see the show.
Yeah, we're excited to share it with
so
you.
you guys, make sure you check it out next week on MTV. I'm Emma, and you've been watching Verge Magazine online.
We've got a new show on MTV called Brothers Green Eats, coming out every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Don't forget to tune in.